Is Metro PCS using you like an ATM? Then flip off Metro PCS and switch to Boost Mobile and save. And that's what I did. I just got used to paying a ton of money for really awful service and spotty data. I just assumed that all mobile services pretty much sucked. Then I switched to Boost, and I've never looked back. Everything's been magnificent. Every Facebook Live on Car Con Carne is done on my Samsung Galaxy 8, which I got from Boost Mobile and runs on the insanely fast Boost network. Get started at boostmobile.com or any brick-and-mortar Boost store. How was that?
That was really good.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Really good.
All right, you're already eating. Should we get this going?
Yeah, I didn't wait.
You couldn't wait.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
And it is Car Con Carne, the world's only food podcast recorded in a car. The car is my Mazda 3. I'm James Van Alstyne, joined shotgun by the very talented Fiona Grey.
I'm here.
I'm so glad you're here. And we are in front of Roma's on Cicero, just south of Montrose. People love this place. The second I posted that I was recording here tonight, people went nuts. Like, oh my God, the fries are hand cut.
Yeah.
The food's great. Hot Doug's has his sausage here. This is going to be awesome.
And what were they playing when we walked in?
They were playing the Loop. Okay, so I work on the Loop. I generally work 7 p.m. till 11 p.m. on the air. This week, as we're recording, I'm filling in on Afternoon Drive. Just came here from the Loop. I said to the woman behind the counter, I'm like, oh, you listen to the Loop. Do you listen to the Loop a lot? She said, all day long. I said, really? Is that your choice? It's the owner's choice. He loves it. I said, well, I work there. I'm on the air. I really appreciate that you listen to the Loop. Couldn't have given less of a shit. Not even. I thought this is a great chance to reach out to a listener and say, thank you. Really, like one-on-one, thank you for listening. Couldn't care less. But you try. I mean, you know what it's like to reach out to fans and make a connection. And
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I thought so too. All right, so before we eat, I want to get Facebook Live engaged.
Cool.
And we'll talk.
And then I'll share it.
Yeah. Let's get more of you. I mean, really. Let's get more of you.
I just got this jacket. I don't want people to see it.
All right, so well, that is kind of a cool jacket.
It is. Barcelona.
You got it in Barcelona?
Yeah, because Barcelona in Zara is so much cheaper. I'm sorry. I'm posting this again.
Wait, like, at least show us your arm or something so we can... Oh, look at that. Oh, man. I'm wearing a yellow shirt from Target.
It's
a lot of high fashion going on.
There's some great colors going on.
That's right. Blue and yellow.
Okay.
Oh, look, you just shared the video. That's fantastic.
I did.
All right, so Fiona Grey.
Okay, that's what I wanted to do.
This Facebook Live is 2 days before one of your big gigs, and you brought a visual aid in the car.
My goodness.
I want you to show this off.
Wait.
So today's Chicago Sun-Times.
1 second.
Who's on the cover?
No, we don't need to know that.
Oh, look at that! You're in the newspaper.
It's
here.
me.
Let's hold it a little closer. So it's Bill Zwecker, the Zweck.
Quack.
And look, there is Fiona.
Right there.
In today's Chicago Sun-Times.
Right there, just like... That's actually, the thing I'm sitting on in that photo is it's a computer monitor that I maybe had a few glasses of wine and spray painted pink.
Very nice.
And then put glitter over it.
Very
nice.
nice.
For no reason other than I was like, I just wanted to be a kid and have an art project.
I love it.
And I made use out of it on the Chicago Sun-Times.
This is a nice little piece. It's actually a long piece.
It's a long piece. All that is all me.
And one of my favorite quotes from the entire article regarding your return to Chicago, thank God I'm here to get my sanity back.
I'm here to get my sanity back.
Because you spend most of your time, or a lot of your time, in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and I'm just not the same person.
So you are a Midwestern person. Mm-hmm. It is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's different.
The personality.
People are nice. And I say that to Chicago people, and they look at me like, no, they're not. And I go, you have not been a lot of other places.
I think people here are very nice once you get them off the road.
Mm-hmm. Or worse in L.A.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Everyone in cars is just evil.
So, L.A. culture, I've got to think Los Angeles culture has not jaded you, but informed some of your art.
Oh, 100%. If you
the songs you've
listen
written,
to any one of my songs.
That's exactly where I'm going. I mean,
Yeah.
pop culture, just plastic culture seems to pop up.
Yeah.
And I think this is the result of someone with a Midwestern ethic being thrust into that world.
Completely, and you don't realize things until you step out of that world. Like, I don't realize how crazy my reality is until I go to Chicago for 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Chicago doesn't suffer fools in the same way.
And it allows you that time to, like, I don't know, be with yourself, think, walk. You don't walk in L.A., so you don't think. That's my
Oh my
theory.
God, I haven't been to Los Angeles more than maybe 3 times in my life. I was staying at the Hyatt House on Sunset Strip. And I said to the concierge, I woke up really early the morning I was supposed to leave, and I wanted to see the Walk of Fame. Or what's it called?
The Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Okay. And I said to the concierge, how far is the walk? I just want to walk there.
Yeah.
And the concierge said, I don't know, maybe 2 miles. I said, oh, okay, cool. Well, I can get you a cab. I'm like, no, it's cool, I'll walk.
Oh,
And she was shocked.
Freaked out, yeah.
Yeah, because, of course, nobody walks in L.A.
No, I have a coffee shop a mile down the road, and I'll have people come to my house, and I'll be like, oh, let's go get coffee. And they're like, oh, where is it? I'm like, you're just around the block. And like 5 minutes into the walk, they're like, where are you taking me? Should I get a lift? No. Work out. You can
Put
go
on
to
some sensible shoes and
you
let's
can
hook
go to
it.
yoga
Yeah.
for 3 hours, but you can't walk around the block.
Yeah, that is the mindset. So, I mean, how do you stay grounded?
I'm grounded. No, I songwrite. And it sounds cliche, but like detox, therapy.
Just dive into your art.
Yeah, travel a lot. I'm not in one place.
You are kind of nomadic, vagabond.
Yeah, which is funny because I love structure and I love home. But I'm also, I realize I'm not going to be able to live everywhere for the rest of my life. Eventually I'm going to want to...
So this is the moment.
This is the time. I'm like 22. I'm like, time to do it.
I'm 22 also.
Yeah. That's like 22 Club.
So the reason why I brought up the Zwecker piece, Schuba's Thursday night.
Yeah.
So this is a big homecoming fun show.
I'm so excited. Yeah. So you had my dad on the show like
Ralph
a few
Covert.
weeks back.
See, I didn't know if it was a dick move to mention your dad. Like, as you're standing on your own as an artist, is it wrong to invoke?
No, I don't mind. It's not like I'm like standing here and being like I'm not an artist that can sit here and be like, and then my daddy paid for my album. Like, my dad hasn't paid for anything. My dad, for my first record I ever did, he made me work intern hours for the amount of hours I wanted to be in the studio.
See, as a parent, I appreciate that.
And I thought he was the meanest person ever, and then I was like, oh, you're actually like, you're teaching me a lesson. No, I'm not ashamed to say.
Not a shame thing, but some people, I remember back in the day,
Yeah.
interviewing the Wallflowers
Yeah.
on their first tour, and Jacob Dylan didn't want any reference to Bob Dylan. Like those
I'm
were
sorry.
the orders we got from
That
Interscope.
Stupid.
That's what I
If
thought.
my dad was Bob Dylan, I would be like standing on the top building being like,
So you may remember Blood on the Tracks by my father, Bob Dylan.
yeah. I don't know.
You remember Blowing in the Wind?
Yeah. This little song. This little
That DNA is floating in me, bitch. Yeah.
So take me seriously. No, but my dad, I mean, I would go, Schuba's was a place my dad would play. And on top of that, I played there. I was like singing in a band Kitten. I was and I was on tour for not even that long, like 6 weeks, 7 weeks. And maybe even a little less. And we did a 2-night at Schuba's. So that was the last time I played there, was we did 2 shows, and it was like wild, where you play like a 8 o'clock and a 10 o'clock show. So many good Schuba's memories. So come Thursday.
Here's the thing that always bugged me about Schuba's. The bar in the back of the room.
Yeah, why isn't it?
Yeah, it's just awkwardly located, because for those of us who don't rush the stage, if you're standing by the back of the room, you're always getting jostled by people who need their beer during the show. I think we should just all agree, don't drink during the show.
Yeah.
It goes by quick. You don't need the beer.
I'm playing 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you can sip.
Right. Just eyes forward.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
But the sound there is amazing. I mean, you will sound amazing there.
Thank God I've been playing LA venues, no matter if they're like the best venue in the world, unless you're playing like the Troubadour, which I love the sound there. But everywhere else, it's like, you think that you would put some money into making your band sound good.
Right.
I'm eating fries.
So, no, we should bust out the food here in a second. But mentioning Ralph Covert, your dad, Did you even have a prayer of not becoming a musician or having...
My parents did. My mom's also an actor and a singer. And I think both my parents were like, dear Lord, don't have my daughter have to be put through what we've been put through our entire life.
So what was it that lit the spark? Was it just being around music?
It was never a spark lit. It was like literally born with the spark. Like the spark, I don't remember the spark being lit. Like it was like, if you asked me when I was 8, there's an interview actually, I think it's on WGN. I think I'm either with my mom or my dad, and they're like, what are you going to be when you grow up? And I'm like, I'm going to be an actor, a singer, and a dancer. And I was like so gung-ho about it. And I just never changed. And it evolves, you know.
It's so funny the way parents try to, I want my kid to, strike his or her own, or set out in his or her own path.
Yeah.
It never in a million years occurred to me that any of my children would follow down my path. And I'm talking to my son. He just got his classes lined up for sophomore year. And, okay, you're going to do Spanish again and more science and AP government. Cool, good for you. What elective are you taking? Oh, broadcasting. Oh, shit, really?
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's interesting, but...
But it wasn't like, hey, you really, maybe you should take this elective. You know what I mean? You were the parent who's like, I think you should take broadcast,
No. He came by it, honestly.
That's the way it has to happen.
Absolutely. You can't force that stuff. But, oh, boy. Yeah.
But if anything, then you have the bar that your parents set is so much higher because... Not that they want, but you want to impress them.
Yeah.
I don't even think care as much, but I'm always like, oh, I want to show my dad how good of a song I write, or I want to show my mom that performance, or,
Did they give you good advice, maybe not even from a music perspective, but just from a going forth and being your own, business person?
I think the music industry and any entertainment industry is, just consistency and rebranding, just surviving it. I think if you can survive in this industry and have it be what you are, just continuing one foot in front of the other for your entire career. I mean, that's the thing I've seen my parents. I've seen us shoot down to no money,
sure,
and then spark up to being okay again. And it was just because they weren't afraid to keep walking.
I think that's great advice. I tell podcasters all the time, the secret to having a successful podcast is just not giving up.
Yeah. Keep doing it.
Yeah. If you believe in it, I think this is true of many of the arts. If you believe that what you're creating is good and of value.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. We got someone coming to the car. Hi, how are you?
She just told me what you said. I just wanted to thank you for being the best radio station in Chicago.
Right. What's your name?
Oh,
Fred.
I love it.
Fred?
Yeah.
Hi, James Van Osdol. Very nice to meet you.
How are you, James?
Hi, I'm Fiona.
Fiona,
Nice to
pleasure
meet you.
guys.
So you listen to The Loop?
All day, every day.
Right. I really appreciate it.
No, we appreciate your music.
Well, I'll be on tomorrow afternoon. Give it a listen.
Okay.
I love it.
I love
Thanks.
it.
And we're going to dive into your food here in a couple
We're
seconds.
Oh, you're going to love it. Make sure you give us a plug then.
Absolutely.
We will.
If you like it.
We
Thanks.
will.
Have a good
If
one.
you don't hate it, if you hate it, don't say nothing. If you love it, tell a friend.
We will. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks.
Good
See, this is why I like recording in my car. People just come to the window.
Lord.
I love that. You see, that was Fred, the owner of the place.
That's so cool.
All right, hang on. Ben Randall says, eat those fries before they get soggy. I'm having anxiety about your
I've
fries.
been eating them.
I'm having anxiety. All right, hang on, Ben. Ben
Thank
actually,
you, Ben.
he saw that I posted that we were here, and he came by and brought his kids by.
Oh,
Which was
they're
super
so
cool.
cute.
Right
They're
on.
really good. I would say. No, I'm living in California lately.
Wait, hang on. Brian says, where are you? We're at Roma's on Cicero.
Better than In-N-Out.
Really? See, you're a Midwestern girl to the end.
You're like, have a little more flavor.
All right, how do you feel about eating food on camera? Do you feel weird?
I don't even care.
Oh. I had napkins somewhere. Not there.
I didn't wear white for a reason.
What's that?
I didn't wear white for a reason.
I just don't even try anymore.
I know. I think this is probably, that one looks,
If it's heavy, it's mine.
yeah, the
Here,
spicy.
let's do the weight.
Yeah, the weight challenge. Wait,
This feels like an Italian sausage.
yes. Italian.
All right, so I got the Atomic combo, which is the hot dog atomic sausage. Oh, this smells so good, Fiona. Oh my God. Oh, look at this. So there's
On Cicero.
Cicero, south of Montrose. Oh, there we go. Here we go.
Oh,
There, look at that.
that's wild.
So this is going to make me cry and sweat on camera.
Wait, is that yours? No,
That's yours.
This is mine.
You've got a little bit of the
Oh, wait.
red sauce on it.
I got the red sauce.
Ooh, that smells good.
Oh, it smells really good.
And they asked if you wanted cheese on it too.
Yeah.
My hands are already greasy.
That was really, really good.
Wait, should I check for napkins before we get too far? Okay. But you're wearing that nice jacket from Barcelona.
It was like...
As I'm wearing my shirt from Target.
It was 14 euros.
I don't know what that translates to. That could be $5 million.
Like
I never know.
Like $9.
Okay. Here we go. The Atomic Combo.
By the end of the interview, there'll just be liner on my lips. There'll be no... Oh
yeah. We're not shaking hands. We may need a hug.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
just a hug.
Ooh, thank you, hot dog.
Is it spicy?
Yeah, it is. And I love this. The au jus is
That looks really
making
good.
the bun lose its integrity.
That
but
really looks good.
It's so good. The Italian beef is right on.
That was really good. Boom.
That looks great.
It's classic.
It is.
I know. It is.
Do places like this even exist in Los Angeles?
Yeah, no.
No, I mean, they don't, right?
I don't think so.
You know, food trends boggle my mind. I have a feeling that 10 years from now, people will look back on 2017 and say, really, people drink vinegar. Like, you could buy bottles of vinegar at every convenience store. That was a thing you people did. What the fuck were you thinking?
I drink, like...
Are you a kombucha drinker?
Yeah. I love vinegar.
Explain that to me.
I drink, like... Well, here's my thought with it. When you don't want to drink, but you don't want... You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's that kind of... You can sip it and enjoy it like you would, like, a glass of wine or a beer, but it's not alcohol. It's like the closest alternative. I don't know.
I've been
Maybe
scared
that
to
makes
try
no
it.
sense.
It seems
oh,
weird
it's
to me.
great. I spend way too much money on it.
Really?
I also love, like, I mean, like, I'm big into, like, apple cider vinegar, and, like, I just love vinegars. I like the taste of it, too. I put it on my salad.
But are you one of those people who grows their own, what are they called, mothers?
No. I'm not that LA.
Okay, not that LA. Good.
But, yeah. I think it's good. I also, like, fresh pressed juices are a trend that's really big right now. Like, people spending, like, I say people like I don't do this, like $10, $15 on, like, a juice.
No.
Yeah.
That sounds very LA to me. I just have, like...
Oh, I don't care. I'm gonna have food all on my face.
Okay.
We're not live. I don't...
Right. We're only live on audio.
On audio.
No one needs to see. No one needs to know.
No one needs to know.
This will be our little secret.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we can keep talking about you. We briefly talked about some of the subjects of your music, Los Angeles, culture around you. Where does inspiration hit you? I mean, you said that one of the ways you kind of duck out of the goofiness there is you kind of lose yourself in your music. So where does inspiration find you?
I think it's all, we are so overwhelmed with our phones and the media and everything going on. I feel like it's hard to dodge.
Right.
In so many ways. I also think that it's very easy to criticize all of the celebrities and influencers around us, but then to watch the ways that we become as obsessed with their lives is so interesting to me.
It is.
And also, just like I said, songwriting is my therapy. I'm messing things up constantly. So there's always something to write about. And being in a backdrop like LA, it's naturally going to come out in that kind of fantasy.
So do you carry a notebook with you? Like,
No.
do you have one with you today?
No. If I sing into my voice. I sing into my voice memos a lot. But when I get home, I put them on a tape player. I still songwrite on a cassette player. So I'm like, it's just a process I do that, takes the stress out that I'll give dear old dad. It's his thing.
Wait, are you really? Oh, there are your fries.
Yeah.
What I like about your voice and your songs are very accessible, very hooky, very sing-alongable. There's definitely a little bit of an edge or a bite to them. So, I mean, on face value, like if my 11-year-old daughter listened to it,
Yeah.
she'd be right. She'd be all aboard. But someone like me, I can appreciate the.
You don't want to just so when I'm writing a song that is sounding like it's going to be a pop song, I don't want to write about falling in love because that's boring. I want to write about something that is darker. I would write a pop song that sounds like a pop song when you're talking about fear of dying. Like these two. I love taking things that wouldn't traditionally go together. My most typical love song sounds like a song you'd hear at a funeral. And it's not. And I wouldn't even say it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this because it's different or weird. It's just it doesn't work with my songwriter's ear to make something that's so accessible that it's expected.
That's cool. I love that. All right, so new EP on the way soon?
No. Oh, dear Lord, I hope so. The fall.
So
yeah, it is. It's going to be out
Is
the
everything
fall.
pretty much recorded and
Yeah,
just needs to be mastered?
Yeah, we have a little bit more production that's going to be done. But other than that.
All right, I'm going to pick this up. We're going to play a little roulette here. I'm going to bet it's my 15-year-old son asking for food. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Noah. Are you calling to ask me for food?
I was going to ask for a soda pop.
Soda pop.
Not a caffeinated one, maybe like a root beer or Sprite.
No. All right, Noah, I'm recording. I'm not bringing you home soda.
I'll take French fries if it makes it any better.
All right, that's enough out of you. Have a good night. I'll see you in a bit. I'll take French fries.
I love it. So yeah, just a few extra finishing touches,
Got it.
but mixed for the most part.
All right, so where will this EP find you? What can we expect?
It's a perfect mix of I feel like it's very vulnerable EP that talks about our religious infatuation with pop culture. I think there's a lot of religious metaphors, more from an observant side of just taking the way that you fall in love with someone and then comparing that to the way that people worship gods was a big thing going into the record. That kind of...
These are big ideas.
Yeah, so that kind of... Or even the way that you think about Santa Claus, when you're a kid. You know it exists, and anyone can tell you anything about it, and it still exists. Is how I feel about what the love I was writing about was I'm not gonna listen to anything, and I think and naturally a lot of worship and obsession and religious metaphors kind of come into play.
So I mean, you can also use that to describe politics.
Yeah.
You kind of tune out.
Yeah.
What your brain's telling you, and just
You make yourself believe anything. There's a mix of some old and new songs. Will be new to everyone, but songs that have lived in my life, for a couple of years, which is exciting when they find the right time and place on a record. Actually really makes me really happy, because I can sing the songs and I can listen to the record, and for me it's the next step. It's the evolution of me musically, but also figuring out these ideas as a human being and as an adult. My last record, I was still a teenager when I wrote it, so it's my first my 20-year-old.
You've done a lot of fast growing up.
Yeah,
I think travel probably helps. Just exposing yourself to other cultures and
travel, yeah, and
running yourself as a business.
Yeah, and that's always been something really important to me, was the balance of business and music, and not being afraid to be the booking agent, be the manager, be the publicist that I need to be for myself.
Controlling your own destiny.
Yeah.
Which is not easy.
No. My doctor said, "You're stressed, Fiona."
You mentioned that as we were waiting for our food. Is there anyone in America, especially who lives in a big urban center, who's not under some stress?
No. Unless you have... No, I feel even if you have a crazy trust fund, you're still stressed out about your society party.
You're still, even if you have a crazy trust fund, you're still trying to, manage a family or find love. Or...
There's always something. It's just, I always say, like, I like to take moments and I call them the treat yourself days or nights. Where you
We're having one of those right now, by the way.
I know, completely. Where you say, okay, I worked hard, I'm going to sit and enjoy this for a second. That's how I think I get my... Like, I took myself out to dinner, like, my 3rd day in Chicago, working a lot.
All right, so are there places that you long for when you come back to town? Was there, like, a special place where you said, oh, my gosh, that's it, I got to go?
I love Bongo Room. I love... there's the Maxwell Street sausage bratwurst place. Love that place.
Like right off the expressway?
Because the studios are over there. You know, I love Mark Bayless, right? That's Zoko. Rick, Mark, you know, whatever. His food's good.
The best.
And then I can't afford it as much anymore, but when I first arrived in Chicago, I was enjoying trying out restaurants in the West Loop.
Oh, yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, wait, no, couldn't anymore. But there is some really good food.
Oh, there's some great stuff there.
I usually can't really afford it anymore.
Right there. Hey, we're sitting on Cicero Avenue eating sausages. So
Tastier than
I get
some-
it, believe me.
And honestly, but I like, I don't know. I just like walking around anywhere in Chicago. Like I miss that. Oh, Aratsu, my favorite place, off Oakley. It's where I used to live in Bucktown.
Okay.
Yeah, we could just talk about food for the next.
Well, you know, technically it's a food podcast. It seems like fair game.
But yeah, I love eating.
You know, you've mentioned Bowie before. I've seen you do Moon Age Daydream.
Yes.
I love that you love Bowie because
I love
Bowie's always been one of my favorites. Do you have a favorite album?
You know what? This is gonna sound.
Would it be easier if I said favorite songs?
Yeah, because I can say 3 songs off of different albums. Oh, you pretty things. Off
From Hunky Dory.
Hunky Dory. That's my favorite song. And
That's a
then
great one.
You Can't Go Wrong with 5 Years. It's classic.
From Ziggy.
I thought of Ziggy. Also, I would put I play Moon Age. Moon Age is one of my tops. And
And you play the live version of Moon Age.
There's
a distinction there.
Thank you for wow, I appreciate that. I like his live. There's a live record, and I wish I remembered the exact live record it was, but I listened to it on repeat.
I don't remember the version I've seen you do. It's either David Live or from Ziggy Stardust.
I think it's from Ziggy Stardust. But also I love the new record.
Yeah.
And my dad bought me.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. But it's not something I can just play on it's like sit. Which I enjoy that. Like, I love that he has a record that I sit, and this is what I hope. I mean, my record is, and I'm not comparing my music to Bowie because that's just extreme, but I wanted my record to be like you're watching a movie with your eyes shut. So it's very cinematic. It's very, story and
cinematic's a good word.
Yeah. So I wanted to be, and if you've heard the single Money, I mean, it's a very larger than life kind of song. And I love that when I'm listening to Black Star, I could sit for 45 minutes.
It's immersive.
And it's emotional. And I love, and atmospheric at times. And yeah. So, Bowie's amazing. And then on top of that, you take musical, you take lyricist, style, stage presence. Crossover into the film and TV. Everything. I was watching Twin Peaks. He's Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Well, stage presence is important to you.
Yes.
You have a very strong approach to fashion.
Yeah. So less is sometimes more. I'm not afraid. Yes. I don't know. So I started off doing a lot of musical theater performing, and for me, I hated that musical theater performance was forcing me to fit in the mold of what this writer, this playwright, what they wanted, what they saw.
You are such an independent person. Like everything I know about you and everything you're saying, you want to run your own show in every aspect of your life.
And my live show is like I get my own musical every night. that's how I feel when I'm on stage. It's that kind of out-of-body experience that I only felt when I was doing musical theater shows. So, yeah, why not?
And sometimes less is more.
My dad is going to give me crap.
But he gets it. I mean, he grew up in rock and roll.
Yeah, he definitely gets it. And for me, it's about, like, being, I think, a woman in the industry, which is something I've been writing a lot about on different blogs and things. It's the empowerment of doing whatever I want for my music that is helping people that are in the audience escape in these worlds I'm creating. Mm-hmm. So I sing a lot about, the ways that we use our vices to escape from ourselves. And there's times that when I am performing live, I'm falling into the characters that I write about. I don't know if that makes sense.
It absolutely does.
Yeah. It's not like I'm going on stage like, I can cuss, right? Oh, it's a podcast. Shit face. Yeah. I don't know. I'm so used to be like
being proper and pulling back.
Yeah. I can go on. It's not like I'm going on stage shit face, but it's like that. It's the actor. It's the stage performance of it.
I love that. Okay, so for people, we already shared the Schuba's date. By the time this is out, Schuba's will have come and gone. Wow, what a great show that was. Mm-hmm. But you are in Chicago. You're like Brigadoon. You kind of show up here for a little bit, then you disappear.
But I'll have I have a show July 8th and July 14th. So if those have not passed, doing some other stuff that literally booked today.
Oh, good.
I was like, I only had shows for June, and I pushed my trip to stay an extra month, and I was like, might as well be playing.
I think this will probably run before July 8th, so where are you going to be?
So I'm doing actually something at Tribeca College, the Sesh.
Oh, sweet.
So the Sesh, and you can actually come to the live performance of it. So it's in studio performance, but they're letting people come to it.
I love that.
So that's cool. And then I'm doing another So Far Sounds show, which I love. Have you been to So Far Sounds? Mm-mm. Oh, it's awesome. It's all around the world. I've done them in London, L.A. It's pretty much, it started off, I want to say they were music lovers in London who hated going to clubs and people on their drinking too much, on their phones. Yeah. And they created a pretty much pop-up. Their shows, I'm doing a really good job of describing this. You RSVP.
We're getting there. I see the finish line.
You RSVP for the date and the location. So say July 20th in Bucktown. And you get there, you don't know who's playing. Phones.
Love that.
You sit there, you see 3 artists that they've curated to see play.
I love that.
And you're there. It's BYOB. People bring food, drinks, and it's like an immersive, fun experience where people, like I did a show last week, actually this past Sunday, on a rooftop, or somebody's balcony, like nothing fancy. I think it was in Lincoln Park, and no PA, just me, violin, guitar, bass.
Super cool.
Super cool, yeah. So, long story short, that's what I'll be doing.
All right, and then for people who want to keep in touch with you, you're everywhere on social media.
Yeah.
Fiona Grey Music.
Yeah, Grey with an E, Grey. So Instagram, at Fiona Grey, Facebook.com/Fiona Grey Music, and Twitter at Fiona Grey Music.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to let you finish your sandwich. I'm going to really quickly read the Boost Mobile social messages of the week. Marty Casey. You know who Marty Casey is? Love Hammers. He was on Rockstar in Excess. He was on last week's show, and he was playing live in the backseat, which was weird and wonderful and awesome. A couple comments about that, which I need to hold under the light so I can read. Jodi said, that was so fun. Loved all the history, the stories, and the song, too. Yep. Marty talked all about the whole In Excess experience, and he came in as runner-up, and just...
Crazy.
Yeah, lots of highs and lows for him. And Melissa says, loving this. Huge Marty Casey fan and love Hammers. Been following since they had their first gig at Robert's Roadhouse. I don't even know where that is. And I love hearing the progression of their journey. Would love to see more. Cool. Thank you for that. Social media messages of the week. Thank you, Boost Mobile. Fiona, you've been awesome.
Thank you so much. I ate all my food.
How could you not?
I know.
This car is the Clean Plate Club.
I love it. It was so... Thank you for having me. And thank you for playing the songs and everything.
I feel like I only have the ability to have you in my car for a moment in time.
I know.
I feel like it's all It's all coming together for you.
Yes.
Like, there will come a time where you'll say, no, I can't do a Mazda. Mercedes, yes.
Yeah. I like the
Don't
Mazda.
you know who I am? I'm Fiona Grey.
No,
I
never.
don't do Mazdas.
No, never. Keep those Midwestern roots forever.
Right on. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.